Welcome inside our New Jersey studios for the final show of the first round of the FBU National Championship. You may have noticed I'm no longer flying solo. Anthony Herron has joined us. Anthony, how you doing?
Doing great, man. This is day one, FBU National Championships. Can't wait to see how these results come out.
Absolutely, and they are coming out fast and furious. You've been watching all day long. We got one last show for you, so let's not wait any longer and dive right into it with the 7th grade West bracket. In Placer Valley, California, 7th grade, Oregon came up with a 14-0 victory over Central Valley. And in Sacramento, Seattle sends a big message with a 40-12 victory over LA Valley.
Pops, let's check out the 8th grade games. In the Northeast, Maryland Metro. They went against South Carolina in Fort Mill, South Carolina. Metro Maryland shuts out the whole South Carolina 41-0. Jalen McCain had 4 catches, 81 yards, and 2 touchdowns in that one. Will Packer led the defense, 12 total tackles, 8 solos, 4 for loss, and both quarterbacks, 2 guys rotated into the game, Caleb Williams and John Griffith put on an aerial assault in that one. Staying in Fort Mill, Indiana versus Northern Virginia. Defensive matchup in that one. North Virginia was victorious, 6-2. Defensive struggle, I love that as an old defensive lineman. 0-0 score at the half in that one in Fort Mill. And Larry Rowe had 1 touchdown and 1 interception in that game. Also, Ty Williams had a big game on both sides of the ball. 17 carries, 106 yards to go along with 13 total tackles.
All right, Anthony, we're going to take it down to the south, staying in the 8th grade in Gwinnett County, Georgia. GMSAA flexes those offensive muscles with a 43-15 victory. Also, Central Florida versus Southwest Florida in what could be called the best game of the first round. 14-8 Central Florida in overtime with the victory. Naquan Allen scored on a screen pass in the 4th quarter, and Jaimon Coleman punched in the game winner in overtime for Central Florida. Don't worry, folks, we got a ton more. Stick right there. We'll be right back.
You can ask any coach, player, or fan. Before the beaches, the golf courses, the sunsets, Florida is known for football. But in Naples, Marco Island, you get them all. With the facilities and accommodations perfect for your off-season training, tournament, or event. Florida's Paradise Coast is Florida's sports paradise.
The best youth football players in the country are at youth1.com. Youth1.com has the Elite 101 report of the nation's top 101 players, the Freshman 450, rankings, recaps, and news for football and all youth sports. And now anyone can create an athlete profile and share their stats, videos, and skills with the world. Whether you want to be the best or see the best, go to youth1.com, celebrating the best of youth sports.
The Path to Naples is brought to you by the Naples, Marco Island, and Everglades Convention and Visitors Bureau. Also by Battle Sports Science and Youth One.
Still locked and loaded at the FBU studios. Anthony Herron, Alan Pops. Let's get right back into some scores here from day one of the action. The Midwest region, we had games from the 8th grade, Illinois versus East Denver. That one was in Overland Park, Kansas. 22-16 was the score. Illinois won that contest, punched it in with 1.5 seconds left in the game, Pops. Travion Jenkins had 2 touchdowns. Bryson Bowles went over 100 yards. Let's look to KC Metro. That one also in Overland Park, Kansas. KC versus Milwaukee, 66-0 was the final score. What a statement victory. Biggest one of the day. That's actually with a running clock that takes place in that game after you get up 24-0, as you know there, Pops. Tyron Young, a.k.a. Tank. Sounds like a fitting name for him, had a big day. Edgar Hunley also played well in the game. Now let's keep it moving on to Wichita, Kansas. Austin versus West Texas. West Texas won that game 26-18, really tight contest there. Michael Gomez scored on a pick 6 and an extra point. TDs in the game from Sir Drennan, Joaquin Sandoval, and Travell Ware.
We'll wrap it up in the Western bracket in Placer Valley, California, as Colorado sets the tone with a 45-6 victory over Sacramento. Neo Abney scored 3 times. AJ Kula, Ty Robinson, and James Walker all had 1 touchdown for Colorado. Adam Casey, also a 35-yard field goal, giving the special teams some love. Staying in Placer Valley, Oregon, 15-2 over Central Valley. Oregon was up 15-0. Central Valley with a safety late, but it was too little, too late in that one. Placer Valley one more time for Bay Area versus Columbia Basin. This one was all Bay Area from the get-go. 22-0 in the first quarter, and they didn't look back. Arian Williams, Dorian Hale, Mike Dean, all finding the end zone, among others. And in Sacramento, Inland Empire and Seattle, you had to know this one was coming. Seattle, 55-0.
Wow.
Shane Knoll scored twice in the first half. Habez Tene, among many others, to find the end zone. Seattle, we had him as the number 1 seed, proving why.
A double nickel on the board from Seattle. When you look at the group there they have in Seattle, is there anyone else that you could see a potential threat?
In that West bracket, I really don't know. I mean, we had them as the number 1 seed. They made a run to the championship last year as 7th graders. They're back as 8th graders. They've retooled. After watching what they did on day 1, I'd be hard-pressed to find anyone else.
Anything stick out to you, Pops, as a surprise? Anything catch you off guard from the results?
I wouldn't say a surprise, but 60 points from KC Metro.
Yeah, right.
In a running clock situation.
Uh-huh.
That's unheard of. They're putting up monster points, a great performance all around from those guys. What a statement W on day 1.
Well, overall, some talent coming out of the KC area on day 1. And overall, very happy. We finally gotten through it. We survived day 1, Pops. I know you've been here quite a long time with all the crew. So as we stay on the path to Naples, make sure you keep it locked right here. FBUNC.com will have all the scores, updates, storylines coming at you. And, of course, on day 3, live streaming of the rounds from those 3 games that are going to come up to you as well. So check out the YouTube channel, the FBUNC YouTube channel. For Alan Pops, I'm Anthony Herron. Keep it locked here on FBUNC.com.